Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another live session by the 12th man, and it is another team analysis for the day. Color of the day is red, team of the day is Punjab Kings. We're supposed to be joined by Yuvraj Nanda. He's the founder of Punjab Kings fans official on Instagram. I hope he'll be here with us soon. Says it'll take another 5 minutes. Before that, let's set it up for today. Thank you all of those who've already joined in. There's a lot of discussion when it comes to Punjab Kings, and the first and foremost that has been there for long is the loss of captain KL Rahul. बहुत टाइम तक ये डिस्कशन चला कि केएल राहुल रहेंगे, रिटेन होंगे, नहीं होंगे, and eventually what happened was he is now leading Lucknow Super Giants, and that leaves us with two captaincy options, Mayank Agarwal and Shikhar Dhawan. Start throwing in comments. Who do you think should be the captain of Punjab Kings? We'll have our expert join in and tell us soon. Moving forward, again, there's a lot of things with Punjab Kings. If you think about it, last few seasons or probably all seasons till date, except for one or two seasons, they haven't made it to the playoffs. Except for one season, they haven't made it to the finals. And what then happens is that it's the added pressure of playing crucial matches. हर बार ऐसा हो रहा है कि आखिरी 5 में 5 जीतने, आखिरी 6 में 6 जीतने हैं. कई बार 3 में 3 जीत गए. वो सीजन था मुंबई इंडियंस के साथ, जिसमें सेकंड सुपर ओवर में भी जाके जीते. अपना उन्होंने क्या कहते हैं, अपना उन्होंने टूर्नामेंट में चांसेस अलाइव रखे. एंड देन इवेंचुअली व्हाट हैपेंड इज दे लॉस्ट द लास्ट मैच चेन्नई सुपर किंग्स से हार रहे हैं, कभी मुंबई से हार रहे हैं. तो कंसिस्टेंसी एक प्रॉब्लम रही है पंजाब किंग्स में, और उस कंसिस्टेंसी की वजह से ही ये इशू आ रहा है कि कहीं ना कहीं मेन इशू मिडिल ऑर्डर का बोलते हैं पंजाब किंग्स में, कहीं ना कहीं बॉलिंग का इशू बोलते हैं. ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स समवॉट कंबाइंड टू फॉर्म अ टीम दैट हैजंट गिवन देयर फैंस any something that they would look forward to. This time around, though, starting about the auction, there's a lot of things. If you think about it, Punjab Kings went after a lot of players, seem to have some clarity about the players they want to go after. We could see them rushing after Liam Livingstone. They spent more than 11 CR on him. Odion Smith is another foreigner who they spent a lot of money on. I think they spent 6 CR on him. And some good quality Indian players they spent on. Shikhar Dhawan, Shah Rukh Khan, all of these, they spent 18 CR on them combined. And then you think about players like Kagiso Rabada, who could add so much to this team. So there's a lot that you could talk about, and there's a lot to discuss. बहुत सारी बातें होंगी. हम प्लेइंग 11 बनाएंगे पंजाब किंग्स का. हम पंजाब किंग्स के अभी तक के फॉर्म के बेसिस पे देखेंगे कि मिडिल ऑर्डर क्या रहना चाहिए. बहुत सारे वैल्यू बायज है इसमें. बेस्ट इंक्लूजन कौन है टीम में? शिखर धवन है, जॉनी बेयरस्टो है, लियम लिविंगस्टोन है, कगिसो रबाडा है. ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स हैव टू बी लुक्ड इनटू. पर एक चीज जो सबसे जरूरी है सोचना, पंजाब हेडेड टू द ऑक्शन विद द मैक्सिमम बजट. They had 72 crores in the purse because of only two retentions. They retained Mayank Agarwal and they retained Arshdeep Singh. And because of these two retentions, because of having only these two retentions, they went into the auction with 72 CR to spend, which I feel they leveraged really well. And because of that amount that they had, उससे ये हुआ कि पंजाब ने बहुत सारे players जो target करे थे, they really went after them. I think Yuvraj has joined us. I'll just quickly add him to the stream. I hope you see him.
Hello.
Hi Yuvraj. Hi buddy,
Sorry
how
for
are
the
you?
delay.
No worries, bro. No worries. I'm happy to have started this.
I'm
Punjab
all
is one
well.
team
How
I
are you?
love talking about.
I'm all
Sorry?
well. How are you?
All good,
Am
all
I
good,
am I
bro.
audible?
या परफेक्टली वेल, परफेक्टली वेल. बहुत सारी चीजें थी जो मैंने आपके आने से पहले बात करनी चालू कर दी, पर अब मैं क्या करूंगा, एक एक करके आपको उन पे लाऊंगा. मैंने सबसे
Okay.
पहले बात करी थी अभी कि केएल राहुल की बहुत एक्सपेक्टेशन थी हमारी टीम से कि वो रहेंगे, विल बी अ कैप्टन फॉर द फ्यूचर. व्हाटएवर ट्रांसपायर्ड देयर, नाउ दैट ही इज विद लखनऊ, we have two big captaincy options. We have Mayank Agarwal, who we've retained, and there is talk of Shikhar Dhawan leading the team. तो सबसे पहले आपका ओपिनियन इस बात पे कि हमारी पंजाब की टीम को, एंड आई एम हैप्पी, मैं हर टीम में आपकी टीम बोलता हूँ, मैं अपनी पंजाब को अपनी टीम बोल के बात करता हूँ, अच्छा लगता है. लाइक आई सेड, कलर ऑफ द डे इज रेड, टीम ऑफ द डे इज पंजाब. आपके हिसाब से हमारा कैप्टन कौन रहना चाहिए?
देखो, अगर पूरी स्क्वाड का हम एनालिसिस करें तो हमारे पास दो ही ऑप्शंस बचते हैं. वन इज मयंक अग्रवाल एंड द अदर इज शिखर धवन.
बराबर.
But if someone personally asks me, then because of the experience, I would like to go with Shikhar Dhawan. But there are certain aspects in which you can say that Mayank ज़्यादा अच्छे से पंजाब किंग्स को जानते हैं. But उसमें हम एक और एस्पेक्ट डाल सकते हैं कि जिस पंजाब किंग्स को वो जानते हैं वो इतनी सक्सेसफुल नहीं रही है. तो for that reason, to bring a little element of change, I would want Shikhar Dhawan to lead so that he brings a little different atmosphere to the dressing room.
True, and makes a lot of sense. Do you feel though that it is a sustainable option looking forward to the years? क्योंकि main argument ये शिखर धवन as a senior player, as a captain, I don't think किसी को भी वहीं पे doubt है. Main argument यही रह रहा है कि शिखर धवन, considering he's 35, 36, I feel, is he your captain for the future? And do you fix Mayank Agarwal at the helm? उसके हिसाब से what do you think about that?
Honestly, लॉन्ग टर्म सोच के ज़्यादा फायदा हुआ नहीं है पंजाब को कुछ पिछले सालों में, तो उससे बेटर अब यही है कि हम शॉर्ट टर्म सोचें. एटलीस्ट एक साल तो पहले क्वालिफाई हों, तो बाद का बाद में सोचेंगे. अभी तो इट्स बिन लाइक 8 years आई गेस
Yeah,
we've not
it was
qualified.
2014 this season we remember
Yeah.
fondly and keep talking about क्योंकि और हमारे को ज्यादा बातचीत करने को मिला नहीं प्लेऑफ्स के बारे में.
So I think Shikhar Dhawan will be a better choice. I know he might not captain for a longer period of time because you don't know how the form goes after 38 or 39. So even if he stays at Punjab for the next 3 years or 4 years, maximum to maximum, I want these 3 to 4 years to be good ones because even Gilly led us at the age of 40 and he was very
Absolutely.
good.
Absolutely makes a lot of sense. Last में एक विकेट भी लेके गए थे वो अपनी करियर की पहली. He had some good moments with us. But I'll take you forward. धीरे धीरे इन discussions में हम अपना playing 11 भी form करेंगे. I'll keep taking note of that and put it up right at the end for the viewers. No doubt here, our openers then become Mayank Agarwal and Shikhar Dhawan. I hope that's completely sorted. If you move to the middle order, पहले auction strategy की अगर बात करें, I think some steal buys here. Johnny Bairstow हमारे लिए एक steal buy थे. I feel 6-7 CR for Johnny Bairstow. Compared to that, Liam Livingstone पे हमने 11 करोड़, I think 11.25 CR इन्वेस्ट करा है. ये मिडिल ऑर्डर हमें पता है बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम रहा है हमारे लिए. बहुत मैचेस रहे हैं, केएल राहुल, मयंक अग्रवाल बहुत एंड तक खेले, then middle order failed to deliver for us. Are you satisfied with what the options that we have in the middle order? Are you satisfied with the amount of money we've spent on them? What are your best buys? Whatever comes to your mind.
See, money can be questionable, but the picks are not.
Yeah,
I'm very, very satisfied with the inclusion of Livingston, with the inclusion of Johnny Bairstow. I wouldn't mind Bairstow opening and mine coming at three. I wouldn't have any problem with that.
absolutely.
And but the kind of a middle order we have, I'm very satisfied that we bought Shah Rukh Khan back because he was about to go big at the auction, and everyone knew that CSK are going to target him, and they did as well. But
True.
the better part was that हमने जाने नहीं दिया शाहरुख खान को, and
हाँ,
as a future option he looks very good for the team. So
true.
middle order looks very, very sorted, but one buy can be a little questionable, and that is Udine Smith only because of the bowling. I do not
Yeah,
question his batting
piece of.
abilities, but as far as bowling is concerned, we might have gone for Jason Holder as a better option.
Yeah, I was surprised Jason Holder went for so little. मैंने तो predict किया था
Yeah.
Jason Holder highest buys में जा सकते हैं 12 करोड़
10
13
plus
करोड़
लग
की
रहा
तरफ.
था considering the
हाँ,
form he's in, but
exactly.
it didn't happen.
But then now the fact that audience में, okay, let's go again. Let's go step by step. Top three you said then become Bairstow, Mayank and Shikhar Dhawan. Middle order में number 4 पे हमारे लिए लियम लिविंगस्टोन ही आएंगे. आगे बढ़े उस order में तो आप किसको खिलाना चाह रहे हो?
Shahrukh at 5,
शाहरुख at
Rishi
5,
Dhawan at 6,
Rishi Dhawan at
Udine
6.
at 7, Harpreet at 8.
Okay, so that's a lot of versatile players together.
Yeah.
अगर हम देखें इसमें लियम लिविंगस्टोन आपको 4 ओवर दे सकते हैं. There was some talk with the team management कि शाहरुख खान भी bowling करेंगे and शाहरुख खान will also
Uh, I
practice.
think, yeah. So Shah Rukh Khan in an interview said that I think Anil Kumble called him up and said that you should be ready for bowling as well this time around. So I think
Exactly.
इतना ज़्यादा अगर invest किया है तो I am sure they have not invested in Shahrukh the batsman only, and
Yeah.
also because he's not that experienced in the IPL, so I don't think so they'll invest such a huge amount on a pure batsman. So I think yes, they are surely looking forward to him, the bowler as well, and I think that's very much natural because you do expect a little lower order batsman to bowl a little. That's why because they don't bat for long, so
Right,
bowling
and what
जरूरी है.
that gives you then is options after your bowlers, of course. This middle order gives you options in Liam Livingstone, who can regularly give you 4 overs. He's really developed as a bowler. There's Rishi Dhawan, of course, who is, let's just say, a bowler first, as good as a batsman he may be. There's Odion Smith, who can always give you a couple of overs, and then there's Harpreet Brar. तो ये सब हमारे ऑलराउंडर्स कहा जा सकता है. And this middle order, are you satisfied? Would you be willing to trust them as a fan this time कि हाँ अब हमारे middle order के पास कुछ रन बनाने छोड़े तो हाँ हम बनाएंगे.
110%. I think they are
110%.
reliable people. Even in the likes of Rishi Dhawan, I've granted him a very vital position of number six. That's very important.
True.
But considering the kind of form he's been since the last 1 or 2 years, he's been batting very intelligently as well as with the ball. So Rishi Dhawan is one clear pick to make it to the 11. Also because he brings a lot of experience to the side. He has been a member in the past during our golden days. So I think inclusion is very much vital. And also we have Sandeep as the backup of Arshdeep.
Absolutely. We have Sandeep Sharma. I feel that is one big value buy at 50 lakhs. संदीप ने इतना अच्छा किया है पंजाब के लिए. हमें
Sandeep
प्यार है
and
उससे
Rishi
पर.
were pure steals at
Yeah.
1.05 CR.
Exactly. And I'll take you forward to the bowlers now. अब उससे पहले कि मैं आपसे bowlers पूछूं, अब मेरे दिमाग में ये बात आ रही है कि अब आप सोचो, हमने जॉनी बेयरस्टो लिया, हमने लियम लिविंगस्टन लिया, हमने ओडियन स्मिथ लिया, हमने कगिसो रबाडा लिया, जो परहैप्स हमारे 4 फॉरेन प्लेयर्स भी रहेंगे स्क्वाड में.
Hmm.
As a fan, as an analyst, as someone who often interacts with a lot of fans, आपके हिसाब से बेस्ट पिक कौन सा है इनमें हमारे लिए?
The best pick, I think it's Johnny Bairstow
जॉनी बेयरस्टो.
because he's the only person among the overseas lot which I am not doubting even a little. Like I have no doubts about his capabilities as a batsman because he's done it in the past. It's not like
Absolutely.
I doubt Liam Livingston's abilities, but it's just that I do not see more of him in the IPL in the past as well. तो मैंने इतना लियम लिविंगस्टन को देखा नहीं है कुछ करते हुए. I only remember one of his brilliant knock against Sunrisers at Jaipur. I think it
Yeah.
was 44 runs in some 18 or 19 balls. So I
That's what
think
he
that's
can do
the
when you
only
play him as
memory
your
I
ex.
have of him in the IPL.
What is this fantasy you think we have with an X Factor player? We ended up investing 10, 12 on Glenn Maxwell so many times. Now it's Liam Livingston. We went to 11. Are you
And it
just
has
in
never
I?
worked for us.
Yeah,
That's the only
exactly.
thing which
Yeah.
fears me a little. Let's hope Liam Livingston changes the trend this time. But we also invested. I think the 2021 auction was our worst in history.
I
I
agree. We
think we've
spent so much
never
on Jai
done
Richardson and Riley Meredith, who didn't fire for us.
Jai Richardson, Riley Meredith, David Malan, Fabian Allen. These four had played 0 games at the IPL,
Exactly. और
and we
जाय रिचर्डसन
invested.
और राइली मेरेडिथ पे मिला के 25 करोड़ लगाया था हमने, just to give context to those who don't realize it.
So it was out of my understandability at that point of time. I think it was a very depressing auction. But
I
2022 for a
completely
change
agree.
was very exciting. Like we begin off with Shikhar Dhawan, so that brought a little positivity to the side. I always wanted him in the team. We also bought him in 2018 auction, but unfortunately due to RTM, Sunrisers bought him back.
Yeah, I remember. That was also a steal actually. अगर उस समय में वो I think 5 करोड़ के मिलने वाले थे उस समय से पंजाब में
Six,
होते.
six
और
or something.
धवन is supposed to be the, they say, lucky charm in the Indian players in the IPL also. जब हैदराबाद के
Yeah,
साथ थे,
yeah,
हैदराबाद प्लेऑफ पहुंचते थे, दिल्ली के साथ थे, दिल्ली पहुंचती आई है. So maybe
yeah,
he brings that luck to us as well.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
But moving forward now to the bowlers, there's no doubt Rabada is a brilliant investment. There's no doubt he's going to be heading your attack. Quickly putting you on the stand, there's one partnership that has Arshdeep and Shami. There's one partnership that has Arshdeep and Rabada. Which do you rate better?
Arshdeep and Rabada. Because
Arshdeep and
Rabada
Rabada.
looks a little more economical to me in the IPL.
Uh-huh.
Despite being an overseas bowler, he has maintained his economy rates very well at the IPL. But unfortunately, Shami, despite being a world class bowler, I also wanted him back in the team. I
Right.
thought Punjab will buy him back at the auction, and I also feel a little misplacement of him because we've not been able to get an Indian bowler as world class as Shami in return. So
Exactly.
Shami is instead a loss for the team. because Rabada cannot fulfill his slot because Rabada comes in as an overseas bowler, right? So
Yeah.
Shami should have been bought back, so our bowling attack would have been more appropriate.
आई एग्री। आई फील मेरे को भी ऐसा लगता था कि ओडियन, जैसे ओडियन स्मिथ को लिया 6 CR में, उसकी जगह जैसे डैरिल मिचेल बेस प्राइस पे बिके, हम वो लेके शम्मी पे वो 6-7 CR इन्वेस्ट कर रहा था, बिकॉज शम्मी ने पंजाब को बहुत अच्छे मैचेस दिए, बहुत अच्छी परफॉर्मेंसेस दी है। एंड
नहीं
यू
अब
सॉर्ट ऑफ स्टार्ट लिंकिंग टीम्स विद प्लेयर्स, दैट्स
कुछ
व्हाट वी वर
ऑक्शन टेबल पे इस बार भी कुछ ना कुछ गलतियां तो हुई, बट ओनली
डूइंग।
बिकॉज 2 और 3 वर वेरी ब्रिलियंट बायस, तो वो गलतियां छुप गई. वी कुड हैव अवॉइडेड राजापक्सा, ऑल्दो ही इज अ ब्रिलियंट बैट्समैन, बट राजापक्सा की जगह हम मार्करैम में और इन्वेस्ट कर सकते थे. आई थिंक हमने बहुत जल्दी छोड़ दिया मार्करैम को. और नीदन एलिस इज अ वेरी गुड पिक आई थिंक एज अ बैकअप फॉर अबाडा. But again, we could have bought someone else in return. Timal Mills could have been a better option, which went with MI. तो
ऑल
हाँ
ऑफ दीज
कुछ
नेम्स यू टेक इतने वैल्यू वाइज है, और अगर सोचा जाए ये सब बेस प्राइस पे गए। टिमाल बिल्स 1.5 के बेस प्राइस पे गए, एडन मार्करम
भाई
3-3.5 CR के गए।
मुंबई इंडियंस वर प्योर जीनियसेस एट द ऑक्शन दिस टाइम.
या
उन्होंने एकदम चुपचाप बहुत वर्ल्ड क्लास टीम बना ली दोबारा.
ट्रू ट्रू। पर मुंबई में अगेन देयर इज दैट पर्सपेक्टिव, यू लॉस्ट अ लिटिल इन द मिडिल ऑर्डर बिकॉज यू स्पेंट ईशान 15 ऑन ईशान, तो वो एक। पर मुंबई में यही बात है, वी डिडंट नो हु जसप्रीत बुमराह इज, वी डिडंट नो हु हार्दिक पांड्या इज, वी डिडंट नो कृणाल पांड्या इज, ये सब हाउस होल्ड नेम्स बन गए हैं। सो मुंबई हैज दैट टेंडेंसी टू क्रिएट दोस प्लेयर्स, सो
They
प्रोबेबली
manage everyone well. I don't think उनको कोई प्रॉब्लम आने वाला है. उनको कोई भी प्लेयर मिल जाए वो मैनेज कर लेते हैं. आई एम नॉट लाइक had we bought Tim David at 9 crores, I wouldn't be as sure of him his performance as I am sure of him at Mumbai Indians. क्योंकि मुझे पता है कि मैनेजमेंट ही इतना वर्ल्ड क्लास है कि वो परफॉर्म कर जाते हैं प्लेयर्स किसी भी तरह से.
agreed agreed। so with that I'll take you to our bowlers। आपने हरप्रीत ब्रार की टीम बनाई थी, that leaves the slot for I think 4 bowlers, and I think that leaves the slot for
Three
three
bowlers.
bowlers। आपने 6 डाउन तक बना दिया था, राइट। सो 3 बॉलर अभी आपके मेन कौन है? आई थिंक रबाडा हमारे आ गए, स्पिनर हमारे राहुल चहर भी आएंगे ही आएंगे, और तीसरे अर्शदीप सिंह आ गए।
Ashleep.
am I right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so
correct.
that forms your squad and that gives you 12 certain overs। उसको छोड़ के आपके 8 ओवर धवन, ओडियन स्मिथ और हरप्रीत ब्रार से, आई थिंक हरप्रीत ब्रार इज ऑल्सो योर बैंक फॉर 4 ओवर्स, वहां पे भी कोई डाउट की बात नहीं है हमें।
100%.
100%। So here is our playing 11 formed by our expert Yuvraj Nanda. Your comments on that, feel free to drop them in as we move forward to value buys. I'll take you to both ends of the spectrum। I'll start the opposite way। You said there are some mistakes that were hidden क्योंकि हमने कुछ बहुत अच्छे बाइस कर लिए। एज अ फैन, व्हाट आर दीज मिस्टेक्स? क्या लगता है आपको, कौन से प्लेयर्स, एक तो शमी का आपने नाम लिया, और कोई प्लेयर्स यू थिंक वी शुड हैव बॉट बैक, और सम प्लेयर्स वी शुड हैव बॉट एट द ऑक्शन दैट वी रियली रियली मिस्ड आउट ऑन?
बॉट बैक में तो मैं एक ही और कहूंगा, दैट इज एडन मार्करम. उस एडन मार्करम एंड शामी वर टू ऑफ द बाइज व्हिच आई थिंक वी कुड हैव बीन bought back at the auction. उनके अलावा I think the auction was pretty much sorted. We could have avoided some inexperienced buys like Odin Smith की जगह हम जेसन होल्डर ले सकते थे, but no issues with Odin Smith either. And Rajapaksa की जगह we could have gone for Markram of course. And Benny Howell, I love him, but he's very inexperienced.
मैनी हाउल के सेम
अभी
एनालिस्ट पिक, जहाँ पे भी पंजाब के हमारे जो एनालिस्ट है, वो 3 अलग अलग टूर्नामेंट में एनालिस्ट है हर जगह। बेनी हाउल उस टीम के लिए खेले, सो दैट्स प्योरली सपोज टू बी हिज पिक एंड द सरप्राइज पिक फॉर अस एज वेल।
तो अभी हमने एक ओवरसीज स्लॉट भी खाली छोड़ दिया ना. अभी
हाँ।
we have 7 overseas players in the squad. We could have gone for one more. So a little mistakes, but I think we are still better than many
या
as far as the squads are concerned. If we still don't qualify, we never can.
I agree। और इसमें ये if we dig deep into the reserves now that we have, you started talking about Nathan Ellis, you started talking about the Sri Lankan batsman Rajapaksa। आपके हिसाब से हुआ, 4 आपने अपने फॉरेन प्लेयर्स बताए जो प्लेइंग 11 में रहेंगे, आपके हिसाब से हुआ योर गो टू रिजर्व्स अगर हमें टीम में कुछ स्विच करना हो, या इन केस somebody is not available?
See, Odin Smith के लिए I think we only have Benny Howell. He bowls medium pace, I guess.
Yeah,
So I think we
minimum.
can go for Benny Howell in place of Odin Smith. And Rabada ke liye we have Nathan Ellis, of course. Rest, I don't see any substitute for Rahul Chahar though. I think he's the only specialist spinner we bought this time. And yeah, of course, as far as
The
Johnny
only
Best or
only
Liam
place,
Livingston are
yeah,
concerned, we
the
can
only
go for
place I feel we lack is that अगर जॉनी वेस्टो के अवेलेबिलिटी में कोई इशू आता है तो हमारे पास वैसा कोई वर्ल्ड क्लास विकेट कीपर नहीं है. देन अगेन वी हैव टू टिंकर अ लॉट विद द प्लेइंग कॉम्बिनेशन पर अब सिमरन सिंह या फिर जितेश शर्मा
हरसिमरन
कोई
लाना
विकेट.
पड़ेगा.
हाँ, तो
He's
इनमें से
very
कोई.
talented, but I don't know what happens to him at the IPL. He looks very
I
nervous.
agree. But one more player I feel we should talk about is Jitesh Sharma, हमारे विकेट कीपिंग
Hitesh Sharma is
बैकअप.
brilliant.
He's the highest six hitter in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy concluded recently.
Prerak
Or
Mankad. Prerak Mankad is very nice.
Prerak Kankad is also really nice. So all of these domestic talents also, I feel we've bought the right people here. I was happy we काइंड ऑफ वेंट ऑल द वे फॉर हरप्रीत ब्रार टू. मुझे ऐसा लगा था कहीं ना कहीं तीन तीन सवा तीन के बाद हम हरप्रीत ब्रार के लिए रुक सकते हैं, बट मैं बहुत खुश था हमने उसको बैक करा और हमने उसको वापस लिया क्योंकि वो हमारे चार इकोनॉमिकल ओवर्स 2021 के सीजन में बहुत बार देखे गए हैं और
Hmm.
एंड में हिटिंग भी करी है. बट आई टेक यू फॉरवर्ड नाउ फ्रॉम हियर. Moving a little far from Punjab Kings for now. We'll get back to it before we hit the 30-minute mark. But your auction, आप आपने मतलब एज फैंस हमारा फेवरेट काम तो यही होता है कि हम कंपेयर करने लगते हैं टीम्स को. आपने बीच में बोला हम बहुत टीम से बेटर है, पर बहुत टीम्स ऐसी भी होंगी जिनके बराबर हम अभी भी नहीं पहुंचे. तो अगर हम भूल जाए कि हमें खेलना भी आईपीएल, कुछ हो रहा है आईपीएल खेलना है, सिर्फ आप टीम शीट्स पढ़ो एक बार बैठ के, तो आपके लिए अभी चार स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट टीम्स कौन सी है?
Four strongest in my opinion. I think I'll go with Rajasthan Royals, Punjab Kings, Chennai Super Kings, and Lucknow Super Giants.
ब्रिलियंट, दोज आर एक्चुअली माय फोर टू. कहीं ना कहीं मैं कंफ्यूज हो जाता हूँ लास्ट में दिल्ली को लाना है नहीं लाना, बट
I think Delhi will struggle a little. They look good on paper, but I'm not sure whether that lot of players will go well on the field together as well.
ट्रू ट्रू बिकॉज इट्स लॉट ऑफ चेंज. और मैं बहुत खुश हूँ. मैं दिल्ली के हमने दो रवाडा और धवन जो लिए हैं, आई एम वेरी हैप्पी विद दोज बाइज. देयर इज अ क्विक क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम यतिन पुरी. हाउ डू यू फील अबाउट संदीप शर्मा इन द प्लेइंग 11? इफ यू हैव टू फिट हिम इन, हु मिसेस आउट?
Arshdeep will have to miss out if we have to get Sandeep in, but of course Arshdeep will get first priority because he was the retention and also gets more money from the franchise as well. So I think we'll start off with Arshdeep. If unfortunately, God forbid, he's not able to deliver the way he's supposed to, then we can bring in Sandeep Sharma.
दैट्स
But
द
I don't
थिंग.
think
अगर
so.
हम
We'll
अर्शदीप की
start
जगह
off with
किसी और
Sandeep
को
Sharma.
निकालने की सोचे, जैसे अगर हम बोले कि ऋषि धवन की जगह खेल लिया, तो वो स्क्वाड का बैलेंस थोड़ा डिस्टर्ब हो जाएगा. फिर
फिर
ओडियन स्मिथ को
बैटिंग
सिक्स
बैटिंग
मारना
थोड़ी
पड़ेगा.
वीक हो जाएगी ना. ऋषि धवन
एग्जैक्टली
also gives you like proper batting option.
एग्जैक्टली. इसीलिए आई फील अभी संदीप शर्मा, as good as he may be, he might not fit into our first combination
And
as things go.
Sandeep might not even get priority in front of Ishan Porel. He's a good buy, but Ishan Porel, of course, young blood, better form. So Ishan Porel might get a
True,
better
and he's been with
priority.
the squad for long, and we saw what Ashdeep has done for us. If we can produce another gem like him, then there's a bright future for us ahead. Especially considering कि बोल रहे हैं इसके बाद मेगा ऑक्शन होगा ही नहीं, तो अगर ये हमारे यंग प्लेयर्स है जो आगे तक
Hmm.
रहेंगे, तो फिर then that's a bright future we have. Okay, like you said, your four top teams are Rajasthan, Lucknow, Chennai, and Punjab. If you think about all of these squads and then you compare them to Punjab, any place you feel we miss out, कोई हमारी ऐसी weakness हो जो बाकी squads में अभी है और बाकी squads ने fulfill करी है और कहीं ना कहीं जहाँ हम miss out कर सकते हैं?
As such, not a weakness. A little element of inexperience, I think. Very little, not much. I think the only element of inexperience is with Liam Livingston at the IPL only. Otherwise, he has a lot of experience worldwide.
True.
But I'm not sure if he'll be that consistent at the IPL only because of the lack of experience and also the pressure of the price tag. So the price tag does increase a lot of pressure on the player. So Liam Livingston, although I'm 95% sure he'll deliver it, but there's always a risk.
अग्रीड एंड वन शॉर्ट स्मॉल वीकनेस आई फील इज जो आपने बहुत शुरू में बोला था कि हमारा एक एक्सपीरियंस्ड इंडियन पेस बॉलर जो हमारे लिए मोहम्मद शमी रहते थे, दैट गोज मिसिंग. अगर वो भी रहता तो probably we would have been much better. बट बॉलिंग की ही बात करते हुए राहुल चहर इज द लीड स्पिनर. हैप्पी विद दैट? क्योंकि रवि
Very
बिश्नोई
happy.
एक बहुत
Although we could
एस्पेक्ट
have
है हमारी
gone
टीम
for
के.
Chahal, but I'm happy with Chahar too.
Pretty happy with him. Do you feel he can fulfill what Ravi Bishnoi was doing for us?
Bishnoi was very special. Firstly, because he began off his IPL career with us, and secondly, he like in a short period of time he groomed in such a way that he used to perform like seniors for us. So I think Bishnoi will always have a special place for in Punjab's heart, of course. But I still think that Rahul Chahar will, I think, understand his responsibility as the only specialist spinner in the squad. So I think he will perform definitely.
आई एग्री और बहुत सारे अच्छे पिक्स है इसमें, पर हमने उन पिक्स की बात करी जो मिस आउट करे. नाउ वी टॉक अबाउट द वैल्यू पिक्स. इफ यू हैड टू रेट योर टॉप 3 बेस्ट वैल्यू पिक्स फॉर पंजाब किंग्स इन दिस ऑक्शन,
Top three best value picks. I think I will go for Johnny Bairstow,
दैट इज नंबर 1,
uh,
नो डाउट देयर.
followed by Rishi Dhawan. I have a lot of expectations from him. Then probably Rahul Chahar.
Probably Rahul Chair. So those are your 3 best players for the season picked up in this auction. Lots of things that we've talked about. हमारे एक्सपर्ट युवराज के हिसाब से पंजाब के कैप्टन अभी के लिए धवन रहने चाहिए. स्क्वाड हमने जो बनाया है वो आपके सामने स्क्रीन पे. Quick prediction before we wrap this up. If you had to just say playoffs or not, yes or no for Punjab, and if yes, where
Yes.
do we end up? Yes.
We make the playoffs and we end up at 2 or 3.
2 or 3. So we're still not winning this one, but I'll still be happy if we make it to the playoffs.
See,
Any remarks?
even if you think like you're winning this season, being a Punjab Kings fan, you're not used to saying that. क्योंकि वो लगता है ना कि अपनी हद में रह के बोलना चाहिए. तो हमारा वो सीन ही नहीं है फर्स्ट आने वाला या ट्रॉफी जीतने वाला. तो अभी थोड़ा सा सेकंड और थर्ड सुन के भी प्रैक्टिकल लगता है.
बहुत प्रैक्टिकल लगता है और हम तो बहुत खुश हो जाएंगे. हम सेकंड थर्ड आ गए तो आगे
हाँ.
की अब चाहे हम 8 साल और वेट
हमारे लिए
करें.
अभी तो फोर्थ आना ही ट्रॉफी है क्योंकि 8 साल से क्वालिफाई नहीं हुए.
एग्जैक्टली
हम
वही
कम
मैं
से
कह
कम
रहा
ये
हूँ कि हम
कहने
अभी
लायक तो
आठ
रहेंगे
साल
कि
से
अब क्वालिफाई हो
2014
गए.
ही याद करा रहे हैं सबको. तो अगर अभी पहुंच गए तो कुछ हमें अगले कुछ सालों के लिए तो
हाँ.
मिलेगा.
एग्जैक्टली.
Right, and of course you will be a good person to ask this. आपने अपने जो आपका पेज है पंजाब किंग्स का ऑफिशियल फैन पेज, बहुत सारे फैन रिएक्शंस आए होंगे उस पे जब ऑक्शन चल रहा होगा. आपने जैसे प्लेयर्स के बाद कौन से प्लेयर्स हमने लिए हैं स्टोरीज डाली, पोस्ट डाली, तो फैंस ने ऑफ कोर्स आपको रिवर्ट बैक किया होगा. इन जनरल इफ यू हैड टू गिव मी अ पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ पंजाब फैंस हियर, do they seem happy with how we formed up the squad?
They seem very happy. I think it's been long I've seen Punjab fans this happy for the auctions, and they look very excited too. Ever since the 2018 mega auction happened, we've not been able to build such a strong core. Unfortunately, we did not qualify in 2018 despite having a blistering start in the first half. But yeah, I think the fans in general look very, very happy across social media. But I think they were a little disappointed in the latter part of the auction. In the end, like we could have gone for Dusan, we could have gone for Nisham, but instead we end up having Benny Howell and Rajapaksa. So I think those
Right,
two
and
picks
that's
were a
a
little questionable. Rest, everyone is satisfied.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what somebody has put in here. What about Benny Howell? We did talk about him. We did talk about the fact that he's most likely an analyst pick and most likely a backup for a situation where Odion Smith misses out. Yatin Puri finds something funny here. You could tell us what it is. Probably the fact that we said Punjab will make it to the playoffs, but I hope we do. Other than that, it's been a good discussion so far. Anything you feel as a Punjab fan that we've missed out on talking about, or anything that deserves a special mention in this conversation?
Nothing specific. I think the conversation was pretty productive. We covered all the aspects of the auction, what is to be looked at, the preview, the review. Rest, everything depends upon how well the tournament goes. I think we are still a very talented bunch of people in in the squad this time, and yeah, fingers crossed. Very very hopeful of the season ahead.
Absolutely. So before I let you go, I'll put you through one final question, one pick we haven't discussed yet. It's the under 19 superstar man of the match in the
Uh,
finals, Raj Bawa. हमने अभी बात नहीं
Very
करी.
excited.
From Moga in Punjab, he would love to be back. We would love to be with the Punjab Kings. An all-rounder. बहुत सारी expectations है उससे. Does he make it to your squad at some time in this tournament? And what do you expect from him in going into it?
Um, Surely, why not? I mean, if we buy a player as talented as him, he's subject to being a part of the 11. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes it to the 11 in the first game itself. So I think this is a very good blend of experience and youth together, as far as the domestic circuit is concerned. And if just in case Rishi Dhawan is not able to perform, we have a very good replacement in Raj Baba.
या मतलब वो वर्ल्ड कप के बारे में अगर बात करें, उन्होंने एक मैच में 170 रन भी बना दिए थे और फाइनल में 5 विकेट भी ले ली थी. तो काफी ज्यादा मल्टी डायमेंशनल प्लेयर है, काफी ज्यादा हर फील्ड में कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं. जी आस्क यू इन योर
Everyone wanted
फर्स्ट
Raj
पिक.
Baba though. Like
Yeah, and I was
everyone wanted Raj Baba.
so happy we went with him. Yatin Puri says yes. Why Raj Baba? Yes, we just discussed. And first pick for you, Rishi Dhawan or Raj Baba? I think it's Rishi Dhawan for you, right?
To begin with, I'll go with Rishi Dhawan because I'm looking for experience as of now. But in case Rishi Dhawan is not able to deliver, then we have Raj Baba, of course.
Exactly. So Yatinas, why not Raj Baba? There's your reason from Yuvraj. In case you have any other questions before you want to let Yuvraj go, just quickly drop them in. Unless we don't, I feel it's been a very good conversation. I'm happy not just as the host of the channel. I'm very happy as a Punjab fan. Um, that we've built a squad that looks as good as this. That we have the quality of players like Bairstow and Livingston and Shah Rukh Khan in our middle order, someplace we've been lacking. And then we also have Rahul Chair and Kagiso Rabada in our lineup. Lots to look forward to in this IPL. And I hope Yuvraj joins us for more conversations about performances from Punjab and all of these things when we are closer to the IPL or during the IPL. But other than that, bro, it's been so good to have you. And I feel you bring a lot more than a single perspective. You bring your own perspective as a fan, and you bring the voice of so many Punjab Kings fans right to us. So I really appreciate you being here, and I've really enjoyed it, buddy.
Thank you so much. It was an absolute pleasure being on your show. I think I went through your content a while ago. I think I watched some of your episodes, and I must say you've been doing a wonderful job on your show. So
I
thank you
really
so much for
appreciate it.
having me, first of all.
I really appreciate it, and it's as good, if not more, a pleasure to have you here. I hope we'll have you back again soon. I already got a couple of comments, replies on my Instagram story about the excitement to have you and the fact that they'd want you during the matches as well. So I hope we can live up to that too. Till
Certainly,
then,
yes.
till then, and it's funny, I don't want to end this because there's a lot more people joining in now, but we were already discussed a lot, so all of you are tuning in now, go through the video. We don't want to push it too much, but I'm so happy to have you. Take care, bro. I really
Okay,
wish
thank you.
Punjab does well this time. Let's end it
Yeah,
on that.
all hopes.
Take care.